There's a lot of men that are confused and scared. They're either hiding behind the weights, they're either hiding behind relationships, chasing women, or they're simply hiding behind their work. And it's not because they're running away from their responsibility as men, it's because they were never given a roadmap or a pathway of what it means to be a man. Have you ever been told to man up or to be a man? But well, the question is, what does it even mean to be a man? Maybe you're just like me and you grew up with the desire to want to be a man, but you were never given a clear roadmap of what that looks like. Maybe you're just like me and you realize that, man, I want to be a man. So you start to do things like you want to be able to communicate with other men. You want to start to surround yourself with men that you think are what a man should be. But then when it comes to time to actually initiate conversations, you feel like such an imposter because that little kid on the inside of you is screaming, no, 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 you're not a man. You're just still a boy. You're still a boy. Or maybe you're just like me and you want to be a man, so you try to do something courageous. You try to get out of your comfort zone. But because you were never taught how to think like a man, you never were taught how to build discipline, you let resistance and fear bring you down, so you stick to what feels comfortable and what feels safe. See, there's a lot of men out there that are confused. Not confused about their identity as a man. They're confused about their role as a man. Because again, there was never given a clear roadmap or a clear pathway of what it means to be a man. In this channel, I'm going to show you how you can go from being that man who's insecure, who's lacking confidence, who has that little boy screaming on the inside of you because you were never given a clear direction of what it means to be a man. I'm going to show you how you can go from that man to a man that feels confident, to a man that's able to articulate himself, to a man who's able to communicate, to a man that if you're single, you're gonna know exactly what you should be doing to prepare yourself so that when you do find the right woman, you'll know exactly how to approach her. You'll know exactly how to initiate the conversation. You'll know exactly what questions to ask. And you'll come off very confident because you know who you are. We're going to talk about important skill sets to develop. I already mentioned communication being one of the skill sets. Another great skill set for those of you that are looking to really level up and open up doors of opportunities that you otherwise would have never thought of. Why, as a man, it's so important for you to learn how to develop the skill set of selling. We're going to talk about the importance of finances. If you want to be the leader, the provider of your home and your family, you want to be that man that says, hey, honey, I've got it taken care of. We're going to talk about the importance of being a great steward of your finances. We're going to talk about relationships. Again, if you're single, what you should be doing, but if you're already in a relationship and you're married, what are some of the things that you could some of the things that you should continue to be doing to ensure that you have a thriving relationship, to ensure that your relationship doesn't go dry. That's what this channel is about. And again, there's a lot of men that are out there that are hiding behind the weights, that are hiding behind the relationships. They're chasing things. They're numbing the pain. And it's not because they're lost. It's because, men, we are in a battle. The enemy is after our souls. Because the enemy knows that if he can eliminate the man from the family will be eliminated as well. It's our responsibility as men to step up. It's our responsibility as men to do what we need to do to ensure that we live out our legacy. Now, my goal is to equip you as men with the skill sets that you need to become an honorable, chivalrous, disciplined man of God. And it starts with doing one thing first, fellas. It starts with doing one thing. You need to have a vision of the man that you want to be. So I want you to imagine this. And this is from the Dan Sullivan question. I want you to think 3-5 years from now. In 3 to 5 years from now, what kind of man do you want to be? Are you more confident? Are you further along in your career? Have you already started that business? If you're single, are you married? Did you find the one? If you're in debt, is your debt finally paid off? Are you making more money now than you've ever been? What's happening for you in the next 3 to 5 years? Envision that. I want you to envision that in your mind. And then think about this. What needed to happen in the time in between, from now until then, in order for you to become that man? What needs to change? What are some of the habits that you know you should be breaking out of your life? What are some of the habits that you've been pushing to the side because they're maybe making you feel a little bit of uncomfortable, but you know they're good for you in the long run? What are some of those habits that you need to stop doing and some of the habits that you need to start doing? What are some of the books that you should be reading? Maybe you have a couple of books laying in your counter and you're just putting them off. What are the books that you've read that have helped you become the more confident man? What are the conversations that you need to have that are going to help you experience healing from the things that you've experienced in the past? Maybe you have a lot of anger on the inside of you. Maybe there's bitterness from things that you've experienced in the past. Maybe your father wasn't around and you have a lot of anger on the inside of you. Who can you talk to that's going to allow you to release all of that weight that you've been carrying? Men, it starts with having the vision. I've created a one-page guide that's going to help you create that vision, because it starts with making a commitment to yourself, man. You need to finally decide. And one of my favorite YouTube mentors, Mr. Myron Golden, he clearly defines the difference between choosing and deciding. If you choose that this is something you're going to do, that means that you're leaving yourself open to other options. Because when this gets hard, you're going to do whatever is easy. However, when you make a decision, when you mentally decide that, you know what, I am going to go on this journey to become a man no matter what it takes, because I'm sick and tired of feeling scared. I'm sick and tired of feeling like a little boy on the inside. I'm in my mid-20s, I'm in my 30s, 40s, and I'm still feeling like a little kid. I'm sick and tired of feeling that way. I am going to decide. That means that I am going to make this decision and I'm going to cut off every other choice, because I've decided, I've made up my mind that I am going to commit to doing the work that I need to do to be a man. I've created this guide to help you make that commitment, man. And it's really simple. All you got to do is click on the link and you'll get the free guide that's going to help you answer some of those questions. We already kind of went over it earlier. Where do you see yourself 3 to 5 years from now? What needs to happen in between? I encourage you, man, take the time to fill it out. It's going to be the very first step that you're going to take along this journey to help you become that confident, secure man of God. But again, you have to make the decision. But I want to warn you, as you decide to take on this journey to knowing what it means to be a man, to becoming a man who's responsible, who's disciplined, who's going to take care of his mind and his body, understand that you have an enemy. The enemy is going to try to come at you. And one of the biggest things that he's going to try to use to prevent you from taking action, he's going to try to distract you with resistance. One of the biggest things that you need to learn how to develop, men, is you need to be aware. You need to become aware. No more ignoring your intuition. No more ignoring your feelings. Understand that when you try to do something hard or something that you know is good for you, you know what's going to be the first thing that shows up? The first thing that shows up, man, is going to be resistance. That's right, resistance. Why? That little boy on the inside of you, he's going to keep screaming, oh, no, don't do this. Don't do this. This feels out of our comfort zone. You're going to have that voice in your head that's going to try to stop you. Oh, no, we don't know how to do this. We don't know how to do this. Let's be safe. Let's stay in our box. Let's stay in our bubble. Let's stay safe. When that happens, men, learn how to acknowledge it and keep doing it. Because resistance is always going to show up. Develop the awareness to know, you know what? If I'm feeling resistance, that probably means that I'm headed in the right direction. Because I've heard this from Myron Golden. He says that the world teaches us to be against the things that are good for us, and it teaches us to be for the things that are against us. If you're going to be a man that's going to take on the responsibility to be the provider, to be the leader, and to be the protector of your home, then you're going to be a man who becomes aware. You're going to be a man who decides that you're going to do what it takes in order to go from here to here. So men, I encourage you, let's go on this journey together. Again, if you want to fill out the guide, click on the link below and I will give you the free resource so that you can get started on writing your vision on what it means to be a man. I look forward to connecting with you all, and let's make it happen and prove ourselves men.